Hey there everybody, it's Davina Bina, and this video is last minute because it came at a surprise where my now fiance proposed to me. It was really awesome, and I'm going to tell you the draw my proposal. The day started out with my boyfriend asking me while I was at work if I could get off early because he had dinner ready. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try, see if it happens. And luckily it did, and I drove like 1,000 miles per hour home because I had no idea why I was trying to get home early, so I just drove fast. Don't drive fast, follow the speed limit, people. And then once I got home, Nathan was taking forever to get ready and leave, so he told me to go ahead and get in the car and warm it up. And I was like, Nathan, it's not cold outside. He was like, it still needs to warm up, so go warm the truck. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go get in the truck, and I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting, and I have no idea what he's doing. He finally comes back out, and I was like, what was taking you so long? And he goes, oh babe, I had to poop, don't worry about it. But what he was really doing was setting up a phone to record my reaction when we got home on a shelf that we have in our living room, and putting a bag of all our mementos on the table so I would see it when we got home. So we go to the sushi place. That's where we wanted to eat. It was awesome. It was great. And then some suspicious stuff starts happening. So Nathan gets a phone call from his brother, Zach, and I couldn't hear what they were saying, but he goes, no, you weren't supposed to call me at all. Okay, bye. I was like, that's kind of weird. Why would he not be supposed to call him? Know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird. And he said, oh, it was just about his friend's new haircut, and I told him not to bother us because we were going on a date. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I believe you. Trustworthy, do. Then the second suspicious thing is, as we were leaving, I'm walking up to the counter where you pay for your food, and he's already talking to our waiter there, paying the bill, and he says, but you can't say anything about it. And I was like, what are you talking about? As we're leaving, and he goes, oh, nothing, I just wanted to split the bill between the other two guys, and for him not to tell them that we tipped them. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever, cool, trustworthy, blah, blah, blah. We get in the car, and I'm like, all right, cool. It was kind of weird. I had a proposey vibe. I thought you were going to propose to me tonight. It was just kind of strange. And he was like, oh, that's funny. Shrugs it off, gives a few comments, makes me forget the whole thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. We get home, and I walk in, and the bag is sitting on the table of all the mementos. And I know he has this bag. He keeps it in the closet. I was like, okay, that's weird. I was like, why is this out? He says, oh, we're going to go through it and hang stuff up around the house, decorate the house with it. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So we're going through it, and inside there's stuff that I remember, stuff that kind of made me tear up and cry, stuff that was just super sweet, lovey-dovey stuff, notes that we gave each other when we were younger, stuff we made for each other, all that type of stuff. And there are also 2 cups, which, by the way, I was like, dude, why you steal my cups? That's rude. But anyways, there were 2 cups, and there was stuff in it, and I was like, all right, whatever, cool. There was dust everywhere, so I knew, it hadn't been touched in a while. We're going through it. He was like, yeah, let's do the cups last. I said, okay. Finally get to the last cup, and he hands me the cups one at a time, but I didn't pay attention to that. I was like, okay, cool. And at the bottom of the cup was this dusty old black box, and I was like, okay, this thing is probably empty. It probably hasn't been opened in forever. It's covered in dust. And so I sitting there, and I open it, and then he hands me a Taco Bell packet. In 2013, when we started dating, we went to Taco Bell. The Taco Bell packet said, will you marry me? I thought that was the funniest thing, and I told him he should propose to me with a Taco Bell packet. And this very same packet from that very same date is what he handed to me, asking me to marry him with this beautiful ring. And I was just like, oh my my gosh. And I started crying like a little baby, and it was great. And we hugged and loved each other. And I was like, also, little fact, Nathan got up to check the camera that he set up. For some reason, he set it to start recording before we left the house for sushi. It only recorded for 20 minutes. We hadn't even made it to the place yet. And he was so disappointed that he didn't get it on video. And he was like, well, that kind of sucks for everyone else. And I was like, screw it. It's fine. We'll just get to tell it over and over instead anyways. After I was done crying like a little butthole, finally I said, yes, of course, duh, my boyfriend of almost 6 years. And now we're engaged, and we will be getting married on our 6th year anniversary. And it's kind of weird because we actually have been planning the wedding for so long, and he just hadn't proposed yet. And I don't know why we did it that way, but that's just kind of how it was. And well, we finally did it in the correct order. And so now we're engaged. It's crazy, it's wild, it's great. And here's some bloopers. Bruh, stop fucking playing, bruh. Hello, fiance.
Hey everybody.